When a business has a successful trading history of over 200 years, why change anything? If it's worked so well for so long, wouldn't it be safer just to leave things the way they were? Well, not according to Alan Payne, Managing Director of Payne and Gunter, the famous sports and hospitality caterers. Almost 2 decades ago, he inherited the business from his father, Gus Payne. Today, the name Payne and Gunter is synonymous with some of the country's greatest venues and annual events. Twickenham Rugby Stadium, Goodwood Racecourse, the Open Golf Championship at St Andrews, and here, the company's annual flagship event, Henley Royal Regatta. Payne and Gunter are official caterers to them all. But the way the company has run has changed dramatically since the time when Gus Payne held the reins. Why did his son Alan want to do things so differently?
Gus's approach to management was very simplistic. He would bark out a series of orders, and that was it. And if you argued, a cigarette was shoved in your mouth, and that was the end of the conversation. My method of managing was very much to allow far more free rein than my father had done before. I knew that there was a far bigger market there to be attacked, and in order to do so, I was going to have to do it through other people, and not just purely and simply by what I could do.
Alan Payne's strategy seemed to pay off. From 1979 to 1990, the company's annual turnover shot up from £500,000 to £11 million. But the recession of the early 90s hit hard, and the firm started to make a loss. What had gone wrong?
We hadn't taken it far enough. We had grown to a reasonable sized company. We needed to change and more formalise our communication systems. That meant that we had to have our staff better trained than anybody else's.
Alan Payne asked one of his directors, Bob Russell, to take charge of an ambitious training plan for the 130 permanent staff, the 80 regular casual staff, and the 6,000 occasional staff. And it was at that time that a brochure about investors in people from the Training and Enterprise Council landed on Bob's desk.
It was a complete framework for managing a company through its people, and it had been tried and tested by the top 20 companies in the country. It referred to national standards that were in place, so half the work was already there. The Training and Enterprise Council have been extremely helpful from the word go. They put us in touch with a couple of very, very good consultants who we worked with during the course of last year. They've recently run a series of 4 workshops on the 4 different parts of the Investors in People programme, which I found enormously beneficial. Our staff should be very proud. Year 1 Investors in People, sales up 9.2%, bottom line profit up 70%, complimentary letters up 34%. The system works.
Payne and Gunter is now almost ready to be officially appraised for the Investors in People standard. But possibly more important to them are the positive changes they've experienced along the way.
We've been a customer of Payne and Gunter for about 10 years now, and in the last year we've really noticed a huge improvement in their customer services. Their investment in people has really paid off, I think.
We've got ideas and they listen to them. If we think that something's going wrong, or we think a dish is going wrong or a service is going wrong, they'll listen to that and they'll put it right. They won't just dismiss our ideas because we're casual chefs.
When I was promoted to sales manager, at first I was very nervous about being able to do the job, but I was lucky. Investors in People started at the same time, and through that I was appraised and given a series of training. It's given me the confidence to do my job very well.
And how does Alan Payne view the changes that Investors in People has helped his company to achieve?
The advantages have been that the staff all know their objectives, and we have been able to, from those objectives, get some very dramatic sales increases.
Now, following the hard work, the training and the commitment of all the staff, Payne and Gunter have set the standard, not only for their catering, but for their creation of a unique experience. And they do say, of course, that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. It's absolutely delicious.